Good morning, y'all. Today I'm here in Hamilton, Georgia. It's a small town, quiet morning, the kind of place where the day doesn't exactly rush in. It just sort of eases itself away. I'm sitting here in town, the middle of town, with a cup of coffee, watching people start their day. And one thing I've come to realize about places like this is the town is never just buildings. From a distance, that's what people see first. The courthouse, the storefronts, the roads, the old brick walls. But the real heartbeat of a town has always been the people willing to stay connected to it. Because buildings by themselves don't just survive. They don't magically stand for 100 years just because the bricks were made stronger back then. They stand because somewhere along the way somebody decided they were worth fixing, worth painting, worth preserving, and worth believing in. And honestly, people aren't much different. Sometimes life doesn't go the way we planned. Sometimes things fall apart faster than we expected. Sometimes you wake up one morning and realize the version of that you pictured of yourself, you pictured for yourself rather, is not the version you got. But endurance, real endurance, comes from deciding to keep going anyway. And that's true of towns, and it's true of people. Come on, let's go take a walk. You can learn a lot about a place just by slowing down long enough to notice it. Hamilton's been here a long time, long enough to see generations come and go, long enough to see businesses open and close and reopen again under a different name. And through all of it, the town keeps trying to move forward. Not perfectly, just steadily. And I think that's something a lot of us can relate to right now. Because life doesn't always turn out the way we pictured it would. Sometimes plans fail. Sometimes relationships fail. Sometimes opportunities disappear before we're ready for them to. And for a while, it can leave you feeling a little abandoned. Like one of those old buildings people forgot about. But the buildings that survive the longest aren't the ones that never face damage. They're the ones somebody kept working on. And people are the same way. You don't endure by pretending nothing happened. You endure by rebuilding, little by little, day by day. And one thing I love about small towns is the people. Because towns like this still have something a lot of places lost a long time ago.
I was a newspaper reporter for the Columbus Ledger.
Oh, okay.
My husband was a city head of the biology department at Columbus State, and I was on the Hamilton City Council. I'm considered either deeply beloved or generally hated.
I think that can apply to all of us. I think. And what was your name?
My name is Faith, F-A-I-T-H, Burkhead, B-I-R-K-H-E-A-D.
Miss Faith Burkhead has graciously allowed us to take a look at her home. She has a historic home in here in Hamilton. We're going to go take a look.
The dormers up top were probably added at a later date because it never had stairs in it. So I I'm an interior designer with
Okay.
an architectural edge to my existence. Made it a worthwhile residence.
And that right there, that's part of the town too. Not something you can put on a postcard. Not something tourists usually come looking for. But it matters. Because the heart of a place has always been the people willing to keep showing up for it. Hamilton may not move fast, but maybe that's not always a bad thing. Maybe slowing down every once in a while helps people remember what actually matters. Old buildings tell the truth. Every crack in the wall, every repaired window, every layer of paint. Nothing lasts without maintenance. And people really aren't any different. You have to keep investing in yourself. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Because if you stop growing, you stop repairing, you stop moving forward, life has a way of wearing you down. I think that's why towns like Hamilton still connect with people. Because underneath the buildings and streets and history, there's something familiar about them. They've survived hard times. They've adapted. They've changed without completely losing who they are. And maybe that's what all of us are trying to do. Not every part of life is exciting. Sometimes growth looks quiet. Sometimes strength just means getting up one more day and continuing forward even when life didn't go according to plan. And to tell you the truth, that may be the real lesson in places like Hamilton. It's not perfection, it's not success, it's endurance. Because the things that last, the towns, the buildings, the people, are usually things somebody cared enough not to give up on. Maybe that's enough reason to keep moving forward. After spending time in a place like Hamilton, I think the biggest thing you walk away with is this. Life doesn't have to be perfect to still be good. Things change, people struggle. Plans fall apart sometimes. But there's still something meaningful about waking up every day and continuing to move forward anyway. And maybe that's what places like this remind us of. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just keep showing up. Keep growing. Keep putting good back into the world however you can. Little by little, that adds up. And honestly, maybe that's enough. Thanks for walking with me today. Until next time, I'm Red. Keep exploring. And as always, our appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks again, and y'all have a great day.